was by one of the greatest American composers, Stephen Sondheim. This is Send in the Front. jazz band play at a concert like this. But I wanted to show you that yes, indeed, we have a jazz ensemble. before COVID, we had two running jazz groups, and I'd like to get back to that point again next year. And then this group behind you, they played all year long, and it was fun. It was fun to get this group back together. This was actually the one group for me that we did not meet during the pandemic, so it was really fun to get this band back together. And I think it's been a really wonderful job. We're going to finish off this part of the program with something called Orange Drink. And I didn't put this in the program, but it's in parentheses here, Orange Juice with an Attitude. And it features Tyler Dean, who you heard earlier, he had a trumpet solo on Senator McCloud, and August Frederick on bass trombone. Hope you enjoy Orange Drink. definitely not in our usual space, so thank you for bearing with us. So we have to basically like put all our stuff out there for everyone to see. This is the Contra Band, and we're going to start things off with the Pittsburgh composer Rob Traub. This is Roaring Run. Sometimes I feel like the titles of some of these tunes are like rejected slogans for businesses or t-shirts. This is thinking this way. This is where the heavens meet, or what you enjoy. I set it up for life for it. most challenging time, they've shown a great amount of growth, both as musicians and young adults. We can give them another round of applause. Tis the season. If you were here the other night, we did a kickoff marching band meeting, and May is very, very busy. I think even a lot busier than December is. So we're trying to wrap up this year, but at the same time we're gearing up for next year. So I do want to talk a second about the marching program and just a couple opportunities that are available to your students and to all of you. So it's we do have quite a few people that are not involved in that wing of the program, and I would just like to encourage everybody to check it out. Last year we started 2 levels. We did a blue band and a gold band. So depending on what your commitment interest is, you do have a lot of options available to you. And like I said the other night, for me what meant a great deal was that we had several students that never were able to participate in any capacity, and they were able to do some capacity marching band. So that was, we were able to get a couple more students that have been doing that. So I did want to point that out to you. And it is a wonderful organization with fantastic staff, and the kids are fantastic. And hopefully, and keep my fingers crossed, and knock on wood here too, is we're looking into a more normal season. I'm very anxious to get back into the leadership training and getting the student leadership thing up and running. And that was a strength of ours for many, many years. That when I tell a parent of a middle school student, hey, this is really going to ease the transition into high school, and it really does. When you walk in on the first day of school and you see 130, 150 friends in the cafeteria, it really makes that transition a lot easier. And there are that's always one of the biggest things that we get back as far as feedback. That was my group of friends, that's my tribe, those are my people, and that's what I hang out with both in and out of school. And so it really can be a powerful thing. Plus this year we're doing a Lady Gaga show, and I just envision new suits in the future. I'm not wearing any dress now. Although that might be a good fundraising idea. I don't know. We can raffle up and see everyone's like, so we're going to finish this portion of the program with a piece called Beyond Reach, which is a very cinematic kind of a feel, kind of a flavor to it. So you will definitely enjoy this. And then after that, we're deviating from the order of the program a little bit. You probably figured that out already. August is going to come out and play with solo after this. So if you enjoy Beyond Reach. this president. mention a few things about this next piece. But first of all, we typically keep the music on this last concert of the year relatively light. And however, this was a piece that I really wanted to program, and over the course of the year, we just ran out of time. And we discussed this a couple weeks ago. And just, hey, if we do this, this is something that we can all agree to work on. And it's going to take a lot of work. And with a lot of other things pulling all of these kids in a million different directions, they really stayed the course. And I'm so happy we were able to put this together. I'm going to read the following from the composer's notes. The Lulu Peroso was commissioned by the Florida Bandmasters Association. It was composed and orchestrated over a 3-month period, August to November 1992, with a duration of approximately 11 and a half minutes. And this movement is a quasi-tone poem. It contains 3 contrasting sections. Section 1 evokes Rosa's early years from her birth February 4, 1913 at Tuskegee, Alabama, to her marriage in 1932. Section 2 portrays years of racial strife in Montgomery and the quest for social equality. The third section is one of quiet strength and serenity. The hymn, We Shall Overcome, both foreshadowed in sections 1 and 2 by fragmentation, is heard in its entirety near the end. And the work's final measure serves as an ominous reminder of racism's lingering presence in modern American society. In his book strives toward freedom, Dr. King states, when the history books are written for future generations, the historians will have pause and say, here lived a great people, a black people, who injected new meaning and dignity into the veins of civilization. This is our challenge and responsibility. Clearly, Rosa Parks met those challenges and responsibilities with great dignity and courage. As Congressman John Poynter aptly said, Rosa Parks moved civil rights issues from the back of the bus to the front of America's conscience. thank our percussion friends sitting in at the wind ensemble tonight. In addition to Dominic Pellicciati, who's our resident percussionist, we have Mr. DeLuca, Elliot Turner, Terry Mullins, Trini Jenkins, and Pierce Lee. Please bring them around. The next selection features another one of our outstanding senior musicians. Here's Julianne John playing the third movement from Michael Markowski's Unfamiliar Character. Done in the last few years is to create the Mount Lebanon Band Alumni Association. And here to talk briefly about the association and to hand out the Louise Marino and Richard Giovanni scholarships is the Mount Lebanon Band Alumni Association President, Mr. Ron Burke.
And I will be brief. I'll tell you, first of all, and I'm going to say this real fast. I've watched for the last 2.5 years and watched what we've gone through here and watched the students. And of course, the instructors being Mr. Cheskowitz, Mr. Ruka, and Ms. Marino. And they've just been resilient. I mean, just to see what has happened and the situation that we all were in, to see these students and hear them play. There's challenges, but they've risen above those challenges, and I think they need to have another hand. Give them a big hand. tonight is a celebration, I think, that what's happened in the past, I think, is relevant, right? Hey, this is the 5th year of offering scholarships for students in Mount Lebanon Band Alumni Association. You've probably seen it in your program. I know I'm very passionate about giving back to the program to help raise all of the basically because all my kids went through the program. I think I have a special place in my heart for Miss Marino because she did have all my kids. And they came home and said, she's pretty tough. But you know what? But they loved her, you know. And the same with you, and I'm sure the same with all of you. You've gone through this program, you started very young, you worked through, and literally these instructors help raise your kids. Where would your kids be without band? Who would they be without band? Think about that. Where would you be without band? Okay, so I'm supposed to be brief. So I would, here's what we do every year. The students have to be involved with band during the fall semester and the spring semester, full time. They need to be seniors. They will write essays. We had applications. They all wrote essays. We send those essays out to the board members of the Mount Lebanon Band Alumni Association without their names attached. They are numbered 1 through whatever, and every single one of those essays were fantastic. Unfortunately, we can only choose 2. Hopefully, in the future, we can offer more scholarships to these students. And please consider becoming a member of the Mount Lebanon Band Alumni Association. If your kids have gone through this program, I encourage you to give back to the program. I think that this is a great thing that we're doing, and you're on your way. It's going to be all up from here. So at this point right now, I'd like to bring up Miss Marino to present the scholarship which she is making.
That more than I can say. Normally somebody makes a smart comment about telling me to spend it and to let it go. It is with great pleasure and tremendous respect and appreciation for the amazing commitment this person has given to the band program over the past 4 years. They are truly, truly fine representation of what the band program can be to so many students. And it is with great pleasure that I ask Julianne Dunn to receive the music.
I just want to say that the band program is everything for me. I'm going into music, so I really don't think I'd be anywhere without it, obviously. So thank you to all of my teachers, my family, my friends, for supporting me in everything I do. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining this process.
Regrettably, Mr. Minotti was not able to attend this evening. He was actually running a rehearsal somewhere in the Pittsburgh area for a handbell choir that is practicing this evening. And he sends his regrets for being unable to be here this evening. But I have another wonderful recipient for the Richard T. Minotti Scholarship, who again has just been a wonderful member of the band over the past 4 years, and he's just done wonderful things and has been just a staunch supporter and committed member to the Mount Lebanon High School Marching Band. And it is with great pleasure that I ask Anna Mezek to please come forward to receive the Richard T. Menotti Scholarship.
Of the Guard for the last 2 years, and I just have to say I love each and every one of you here tonight, and even some of you in the band. You guys have really just reached your arms out, and I'm so thankful for everyone here. Thank you.
I would also like to reiterate what Mr. Laverty said, just encourage all of you, I see his person on the project basket. Just encourage all of you alumni and soon-to-be alumni to join. And there's information in the program there for you. It's very affordable for the first couple of years after high school, but I think I'll go ahead and say, you alluded to, if we had more members and we had more finances coming in, we'd be able to give more back to the community. So that is ultimately the goal. We really want to build this program up and just funnel as much money as we can to these kids. And yeah, it's just, I'm happy to be a part of it. Appreciate it. So before we perform the final piece, I'd like to let you know how proud I am of all the students you saw tonight. And I don't want to get into this too much because I'll be talking. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this has obviously been a very challenging 2-year period for us. And for me personally and selfishly, you've been a bright spot in my day. And there have been days that have been absolutely horrible in every way. And I come here and I get to work with you, get to work with all of you, and I get to work with my kids. My kids are in the program, and it's really been a positive light in my life. And I hope in some way that this program has been a positive light in your life as well. Especially seniors. I think about a lot. I'm just going to go and turn around to talk to the seniors. I look at a lot of what you had to deal with. It was normal as a freshman, and it was kind of mucky-muck for a couple of years, and then it's like a senior. And that normal transition period that people would have in a 4-year period didn't quite happen. And it was frustrating. It was frustrating for you. It was frustrating for me. I was a little bit cranky for the last couple of years. I realized that. And it's just, you do a lot of reflection there. And I just appreciate you just, again, coming to work every day and just doing your thing. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck. And it's, like I said earlier, I hope that this program gave you a little bit of joy in your day, and I hope it was a positive experience in your life. And seniors, when I call your name, you just stand up and you remain standing. We'll call all the seniors' names, and we have all their future plans that are in the program. So I'll call your name and just stand up. Do it alphabetically. Tyler Dean. August Frederick. Carly Norman. Jane Houston. Cadence Jordan. James Klein. John Halachati. Gia Ralph. Jojo Toledo. Rebecca Weston. Harry Mullen, you're a senior, right? Yeah. And Elliot Turner as well. So we're going to be standing for a second, but I don't know if you had a chance to look at some of these schools that these young people are going to. It's an impressive lot, and I went back and looked over the last couple of years, and just looking by sight, I mean, this is probably the most heavy-duty group of schools. A very intellectual group. So when I sent the email out and asked if I missed anybody, Ian Kelly. So they have a really impressive group of colleges they're attending, and we wish them nothing but the best, and we know they're going to go and be absolutely spectacular. So we congratulate the seniors one more time. This time I'd like to present the John Philip Sousa Award, and I would like to add that there is a $500 scholarship attached to this award. $250 comes from the band activity fund, and $250 comes from Mount Lebanon band buildings. And just a little bit about the award. Since 1954, thousands of high schools have honored the top band students with the John Philip Sousa Award, pinnacle of achievement in the high school band program. The Sousa Award recognizes outstanding dedication and superior musicianship. The award has become a nationwide symbol of excellence in musical achievement. And it goes without saying that this is always a very difficult decision, especially when you have such a wonderful group of students behind me. But this year, the award goes to Tyler Keene.
Band has been a massive part of my life for the past 4 years, obviously. And yeah, it's helped me discover that I really do have a passion for music. I'm majoring in music education because of it. And I'd just like to thank everyone who's helped me and supported me throughout the last 4 years. Just to see Ms. Laverty, Ms. Marino, Mom, Dad, all my friends. So, just like I said, thank you.
Hi again. So, every year we normally want to get something for our family this year. And you had this list.
Everybody, thank you so much. This is the longest concert of the year. Thank you for sticking around. And it really is, isn't it, honestly? Just once again, thanks for coming. And it's already been said a lot. You're all wonderful. And it's been a really good year. And thank you to everybody. And we're going to end with, we're going to feature our wonderful senior trumpet section. And we're playing a Norwegian march called Valdres. The trumpets, why don't you get set up? Tyler, Jose, JoJo, and Gia are going to be playing an antiphonal trumpet part here for you. And I would like to point out that Turner, at the very last minute, we had a trumpet player get sick, and he filled in like 36 hours ago, like, hey, dude, you can play this. And let's shout out, thank you for putting this together. I'd like to thank my colleagues as well as the whole list here. Doug Reichenfeld, Ethan LaPlata, Ethan accompanied August earlier tonight. Louise Marino, Krista Wagner, thanks for all of their help. Jody Cubic, Karen Jarrett, and the Mount Lebanon Band Builders for everything you do. Ron Laverty, the Mount Lebanon Band Alumni Association, School Board Administration, faculty and staff, School District, Jen Rodriguez, Kristen Smith, Dave Soklosa and his crew, Andrew Turpin and his crew, my wonderful wife and kids who have to deal with this all the time, and everyone on stage. And I already introduced Valdres, and I hope you enjoy it and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening.